Here's what we know at this hour. The mayor facing conspiracy, wire fraud, and bribery charges in the indictment unsealed this morning. Among the accusations, that he sold his influence to foreign nationals. The mayor quickly proclaiming his innocence. He's set to appear in court tomorrow at noon.
And we have live Fox 5 team coverage tonight. Sharon Crowley is taking a look at what's next for the mayor.
All right, let's start, though, with Teresa Priolo, who is live outside Gracie Mansion with more on the charges Mayor Adams is facing. Teresa.
Yes, Steve and Natasha, tonight we have so many of the answers that we were searching for just 24 hours ago. Inside of that 57-page indictment, the SDNY lays out a bribery and corruption scheme that they say benefited only one New Yorker. That man was Eric Adams. For the first time in New York City history, the feds lay out a systemic, deliberate pattern of corruption that they say was orchestrated by the sitting mayor of New York City, Eric Adams.
These are bright red lines, and we allege that the mayor crossed them again and again for years.
Lines of public corruption and bribery, wire fraud, and the solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. 5 charges spanning a decade of misconduct. The Southern District of New York says the mayor accepted lavish travel upgrades and swanky hotel rooms from Turkish officials in exchange for lucrative donations to his mayoral campaign. They also say he orchestrated a straw donor scheme, a way around campaign contribution limits, and in turn illegally obtained $10 million in public funds, a racket they allege he planned to use again this upcoming election.
Year after year after year, he kept the public in the dark. He told the public he received no gifts, even though he was secretly being showered with them.
Perhaps the most damning, the indictment reveals a pressure campaign to push a fire inspection through on Turkey's new East Side consulate.
Some of the people at the FDNY thought the building had so many issues and defects that the building was not safe to occupy. So the Turkish officials sent word to Adams that it was, quote, his turn, unquote, to support Turkey. And as we allege, Adams delivered.
At every turn, the mayor has denied wrongdoing.
This did not surprise us that we reached this day. And I ask New Yorkers to wait to hear our defense before making any judgments.
But it remains to be seen if the public agrees. Hecklers gathered at his press conference attempting to drown him out.
We want to now.
His attorney, Alex Spiro, slammed prosecutors for their version of events and even released text messages which he says show the mayor did nothing wrong.
There are emails with Mayor Adams telling this staffer, telling all of them, do not take foreign money, period.
And the mayor will be in federal court tomorrow at noon, and Natasha will be there. That's the latest from the Upper East Side tonight. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Teresa, thank you so much. New tonight, Governor Hochul coming out with a statement on Mayor Adams' indictment. She says she has carefully reviewed it, and while she does have the legal authority to remove him from office, she says she's not ready to do that. In a statement, she says, while I review my options and obligations as the governor of New York, I expect the mayor to take the next few days to review the situation and find an appropriate path forward to ensure the people of New York City are being well served by their leaders. We must give New Yorkers confidence that there is steady, responsible leadership at every level of government.
And it didn't take long for members of City Council to react to that unsealed indictment.
Fox 5's Antoine Lewis has reaction from both sides of the aisle.
Thursday's City Council meeting was a scheduled event, but the buzz in the chamber had less to do with voting on bills and resolutions.
I really would like for the mayor to fully consider honestly and seriously the needs of New Yorkers now that this crisis has befallen the city of New York.
City Council members are speaking out on the indictment of Mayor Eric Adams on conspiracy, bribery, and 3 other felony charges. Charges Adams vows to fight while he stays put.
It is nonsense to say that it can just be passed off to his lawyer and he can continue leading the city. He already was not leading the city well.
We need a mayor who is not distracted by the federal government, tackling him in alleged crimes. So we need new leadership. I've called for the mayor to resign.
City Councilman Eric Botcher says he has been fielding calls from concerned constituents.
For the good of the city, he should step aside. He said in his press conference that his lawyers would take care of the indictments, the charges. He'd focus on running the city. That's not really how this works.
We've had 110 mayors. Not one of them has been indicted in the past. I mean, this is going back through the Boston to Tammany all days. So it's unprecedented from that perspective.
While most of those we spoke with feel that Mayor Adams should step down, Speaker Adams had a more measured response when she was asked the same question.
It is in his purview to think about it. At this point, I'm not going to offer a recommendation for resignation.
Speaker Adams went on to say that every citizen has the right to due process and the presumption of innocence until proven guilty, and that was the reason she kept her comments to what they were today. Reporting from City Hall, Antoine Lewis, Fox 5 News.
Well, now the big question that most of us are asking is, what's next?
That's right. From what Mayor Adams' options are to what could happen if he were to step down, Fox 5's Sharon Crowley has been taking a deep dive and joins us live with that part of the story. Sharon.
Yeah, Stephen, Natasha, the mayor not showing any signs he plans to step down right now, even as some lawmakers that we just heard are demanding it. The mayor insisting his lawyers can handle the legal problems while he returns to leading the city. There is one potential hitch in that plan, and her name is Governor Hochul.
This is a very serious matter that is unfolding.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul has the power to remove Mayor Adams from office. It's a decision she hasn't made yet, though she has reviewed the damning 57-page indictment accusing the mayor of corruption.
I will be deliberative, I'll be thoughtful, but we're going to come to the right resolution on what to do in this moment.
So far, the mayor has been defiant, vowing to hold on to his job as he fights to clear his name.
Everyone that knows me knows I follow campaign rules.
If the mayor steps down or is removed, public advocate Jumaane Williams would temporarily assume the top job at City Hall until a special election could be held within a few months. Williams spoke about it on New York One.
The mayor has a duty to try to say that I have a plan, not just in personal capacity, but in a way to regain trust. And I think that window's closing really rapidly.
If you resign, what happens if then you're cleared? You can't come back as mayor anymore, so it's easy to tell someone else to resign.
Former New York Governor David Paterson knows what he's talking about. He took over after former Governor Eliot Spitzer resigned in disgrace. Paterson says Governor Hochul has several options.
She can suspend the mayor, and then the mayor and his lawyers have 30 days to convince her otherwise, or she can remove him.
Both the mayor's political and personal future are in jeopardy.
This is going to be a clearly very challenging case for the mayor to fight against, as well as the political domain where he's seeing increasing calls for his resignation.
Ben Max is with New York Law School. He says the feds have indicated the investigation into the mayor is ongoing. Plus, there are at least 4 other federal probes involving members of the mayor's inner circle at City Hall.
I expect there to be much more to come, at least related to the mayor's orbit, if not the mayor himself.
Well, top Democrats like Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries stopped short of asking Mayor Adams to step down today. Instead, they both said the legal process should play out. Steve?
All right, thanks, Sharon. And speaking of what's next, public advocate Jumaane Williams will join Rosanna and Kurt live tomorrow at 8:30 on Good Day New York.
And tonight, we're learning more about Mayor Adams' attorney. Alex Spiro is no stranger to high-profile clients. The Harvard law grad has represented big names, including Alec Baldwin, who chose Spiro to represent him in his Rust involuntary manslaughter case. That trial ending back in July when a judge dismissed the case. He also represented Elon Musk, including in a 2023 securities fraud trial over whether the Tesla CEO cheated investors by claiming in tweets that he lined up financing to take Tesla private back in 2018. And that's not all. Other high-profile clients that Spiro has represented include Jay-Z, Bobby Shmurda, and Patriots owner Robert Kraft. And keep it right here on Fox 5 and on our website, fox5ny.com, for the latest on developments on the indictment of Mayor Eric Adams.